Talk a little sports with Jeff Gordon, St. Louis Post-Dispatch online sports columnist. Good morning, Jeff Gordon.
Good morning.
You can listen to us on KTRS, or you can watch us online with our HD cameras at stltoday.com, also at KTRS.com, also on your phone or your tablet. Say what you want, Jeff Gordon, about the regular season when it comes to basketball and hockey, but even non-sports fans have to realize that this NBA run and this hockey run is really exciting.
Well, the Game 6 in the NBA Finals was just amazing. Not to the Spurs because they had it and they let it get away, but it was like a college basketball tournament game, elimination game. It was just up and down and wild and crazy, and it was just thrilling to see pros out there just thrashing around the way they were and the way the game ended. And then you go, last night in the NHL, that was a classic playoff game. Neither coach excited about all the goal scoring. But for NBC trying to promote the sport, that was amazing.
Yeah, unfortunately, those things only happen in the finals, and it takes you 12 months for it to happen again.
Well, there's a lot of tedious play in long seasons. Of course, the NHL season wasn't as long this year because of the lockout. But there was a great story in Texas. Hockey's getting exciting in Texas, and a station in Austin was really excited about this report it did on how exciting hockey was becoming in Texas. So they were promoting that story about exciting hockey and all this in Texas right as the game-winning goal was scored. So they did that cut-in, promoting their news after the broadcast. Hey, after the game, stay tuned for this story on how exciting hockey is in Texas, and they missed the game-winning goal, which in sudden death was devastating to the fans.
It's so exciting, we're not going to show you the goal.
Oh, they just were falling all over themselves, apologizing. It's just poor timing. But no, it is a wonderful time of the year for fans.
How about those fans who ran out of that Miami Heat game?
Yeah, as chronicled in a great live TV report about the fans trying to get back in. Oh, sorry, you can't go back in. You left the game, you bailed, and here comes overtime, and you're outside.
You're at an NBA Finals game in which even if your team loses, you're going to watch one team win. So how many times are you in a championship game setting like that? At least watch to watch.
Yeah, don't be a coward, SL. I'm not going to stand here and watch the Spurs get their title on the court. I mean, it is history. And even ball players and will stand and watch the other team win just as a reminder of what it's really like. It's history, and it's a reminder. And the Heat fans took a lot of abuse. They were racing out of there like rats.
They should take a lot of abuse. What's this tight end Hernandez story with the Patriots? This is not good news.
It's not getting any better for Aaron Hernandez. He, a friend of his, an associate, I guess he was dating the sister of Aaron's girlfriend. He was out with this guy at night. He and some other friends. This guy ends up dead, shot in the head. A car rented by Aaron Hernandez nearby. Police searching his home, finding that Aaron's been uncooperative so far. It also turns out that Aaron allegedly shot one of his buddies after a strip club argument. Like that never happens. Down in Miami.
How long ago did that allegedly happen?
This was after the season, early or late in the winter, and the guy.
So a month or so ago, a couple months ago.
It was a while back. I think it was February, and that guy never filed charges. Who was the victim, but now he's filed a lawsuit against Hernandez. Apparently, ended up with a bullet in his head and needed years. Lost an eye and the whole bit.
So he didn't want to file criminal charges.
Correct.
He wanted to file civil charges.
That's how it's turning out. So he's got a little cloud over him. They need to have him spend some time with Tim Tebow, I think.
Is Tebow going to play tight end for them?
Apparently, he may now have to play tight end because Rob Gronkowski, their other star tight end, has got all these physical problems. So, yeah.
That's not a good. That Hernandez story is not.
No,
good.
It's not. And apparently, now there's a lot of reporting about this guy. His whole life, there have been some background issues. But in football, you kind of look past it because it's not Parcheesi here.
Let's talk a little baseball. Say what you want about the Cardinals; they keep winning, but the Reds they keep winning right along with them.
Yeah, it was a big win for the Reds. Brandon Phillips, Cardinal favorite, winning that game against the Pirates. And I wrote about this in Tip Sheet. The victory for the Cardinals was just routine, but they need routine. They just have to grind out a lot of wins in this division. And it's just a really solid victory last night.
As of right now, it looks like the two wild cards are going to come from the Central Division.
In the Pirates, I don't think they're going away. They've got some pretty good pitching this year compared to past years. They're hanging pretty tight. That Starling Marte is a wonderful player for them to go with McCutchen. And the Reds and the Pirates had a little beanball thing going on, and it was it's been a very spirited series. It doesn't look like Pittsburgh's going away.
the fact that Houston left the division, I thought meant that the Cardinals were going to play a tougher schedule, right? Because they weren't going to play Houston however many times. So they ended up playing more teams in the division and then other teams outside of the division. But it's actually the reverse has happened, or the Cardinals are just that much better. But the fact that the Reds are doing well, Pittsburgh's doing well, and the Cardinals are doing well, that's an oddity just because of the way the schedule works.
It is interesting when you think back to previous years when the division was weak and winning the division didn't take a lot of victories, and people diminished what the Cardinals achieved because they weren't winning a lot of games. Well, if they win 95 or 97 games in this division with Cincinnati and Pittsburgh playing tough,
right,
I think that'll be significant. So it is baseball cyclical, and this is a good cycle for the division.
Where did Mojica come from?
Well, that was a great trade that it didn't seem like it was a big deal at the time. They traded Zach Cox, a guy they didn't have a spot for, a prospect who was kind of stalled, to get him out of the Marlins. And he struggled last year as an eighth-inning guy for the Marlins. The Cardinals put him in the seventh inning, and he was great. I don't think anybody anticipated that he would then become the closer when the emergency arose.
Right. I mean, it's what a find. I mean, it's either dumb luck or a stroke of genius, or maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, both. It was a good pickup, but they did not ever anticipate him being able to close. That's not what he was brought here for.
And then finally, Jeff Gordon, what is the sign that Mojica does after the victory? What is that?
I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be one of those eternal mysteries like Yadier Molina's tattoo. I don't know.
Okay, good. Fair enough. Inquiring minds want to know. That's Jeff Gordon. When can we read you, Jeff Gordon?
Got stuff up all the time on STLtoday.com. Today's tip sheet is up, and just look for updates all the time.
And you're with us every Thursday, and we'll tweet out and Facebook out this video as well. Jeff Gordon, online, St. Louis Post-Dispatch, STLtoday.com. Jeff, have a good week.
Take care.